So today we begin with a reflection on what does it mean to see things in a new way. And as we start this morning, we'll come to our back and place both feet on the ground, bend your knees, and begin to tune into your breath. As the weather is chillier in the mornings, that may be an element of newness. But even thinking about the difference between laying in your bed and having a softer surface to lay on and laying on the floor. You place your hands down by your side or on your belly. Feel into your breath. As you deepen your breath this morning, can you send it into a place that you normally don't think about? Can you allow your breath to expand in all directions? So belly rises toward the ceiling, back body moves towards the floor, and then you expand out to the sides as well. As we develop an even inhale and an even exhale, feel the fluidity of your breath. And now let's extend our exhale. So we'll keep our inhale at a count of 4, and then we'll gradually extend the breath all the way up through a count of 8. But let's begin with an even in for 4, out. So breathe in and out for 4. In for 4. Out for 5. In for 4. Out for 6. In for 4. Out for 7. Last one. In for 4. Out for 8. And return to even inhales and even exhales. Notice the space created with your breath. And now let's bring some movement. So bring your arms down by your side, pull your feet in enough to support you in bridge pose. Let's inhale up for 4, lift your hips up towards the sky, arms come up and over your head. And then exhale down, roll your spine back down, really articulate the spine, open up. We'll take 2 more of these. Inhale up, neck stays neutral. Beginning to stretch, feel the stomach muscles lengthen. One more time. And exhale down. This time when your tailbone comes to the ground, bring your knees in towards your chest. Hug them close. You can rock side to side a little bit to warm up your back. And then let's inhale our legs straight up towards the sky. Arms can come to a cactus. And then exhale, bring your knees in towards your chest. Inhale, legs towards the sky. And exhale, into a ball. And one more. Inhale, legs towards the sky. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Then exhale, roll to a ball. Set your feet back down on the mat, arms down by your side where we started, and we'll put those two together. Inhale, dynamic bridge. Lift your hips. Arms come up overhead. Breathe out, roll down. This time when your tailbone comes to the mat, knees come to your chest. Inhale, letter L, feet towards the sky. And exhale, use your core, feet and hands return. That's one. Got two more sets. Inhale, dynamic bridge, arms up and over. Exhale, roll down, knees in towards your chest. Inhale, feet towards the sky, arms cactus. And exhale, hands down to the ground. Last one on your own. Follow your breath. Once your feet and hands return to the mat, take your feet wide and take a few rounds of windshield wipers, dropping both knees to one side, and then coming through the center to the other side. Bring some movement, encourage some opening up in your hips. Take one more round of breath. And then come to center. We'll use our strap, and if you don't have a strap, I'll tell you what to do without it. But we'll go ahead and interlace the strap around to your foot, around your right foot. Bring your right leg up towards the sky. If you don't have a strap, you can just interlace your hands behind your hamstring. Flex your right foot up towards the sky. Keep your knee as bent as you need to. Roll your shoulders down. Remove any tension in your jaw or in your shoulders. And as you inhale, lengthen your foot up towards the ceiling. Keep your low back flat and steady. And as you exhale, allow your toes to move just a teeny bit closer towards your face. Your left leg can stay bent, or if it feels good to lengthen it out and stretch it, do that too. We'll be here for about 5 breaths, so take your time. Feel into it. This is a deep stretch for the hamstring. Go slow. We don't want to hyperextend our knee. Allow your breath to roll over the places of tightness and tension, while shoulders and low back remain on the ground, head firmly planted. One more breath here. And then let's move the strap, both ends of the strap, into your right hand. If you don't have a strap, you can just place your hand right above your knee on the outside of your right leg. Flex into your foot. And as you exhale, put your left arm out to the side. Open up the right. Feeling into your adductor muscles, inner thigh. Again, attentive to the low back being flat on the mat. Inhale moves your heel away from your body. And exhale brings your toes up closer to the top of your mat. 3 more breaths here. And exhale, release. We'll bring our leg up through center. Switch the strap to your left hand. If you don't have a strap, you'll hold inside of your left leg. And then right arm can come out to the side. Allow your right leg to come over your body. So while your shoulders stay grounded, allow the twist to happen. You can bend into the knee as much as you need to. Twisting, allowing yourself to let go of preconceived notions of the way that your body felt when you first woke up in the morning. And that rotation, allowing a little bit of space for something new. Two more breaths. And slowly release. Bring your leg back up towards the center. Remove the strap or your hands. And then take your time as you lower your leg back down towards feeling into the space. When your legs are both down for a moment, just feel the right side. Notice. And then we'll switch sides. So you can bend your right knee and put your right foot on the mat, and then place the strap around your left foot. As you set up here, again, remember to allow your low back to be nice and flat on the mat. Shoulders heavy, shoulders away from your ears. Release any tension in your jaw. If you notice that your neck is really kinked, you can place a block or a pillow under your head. That might be helpful. Inhale moves your heel up towards the ceiling, and exhale, toes towards your face. Breathing in, lengthen your leg. And breathing out, stretch the hamstring just a bit more. Take 4 more breaths here. And as we release from here, we'll move to opening up inner thigh. So strap moves to your left hand. And allow your right arm out to the side. Flex through your left toes. Then open your leg over to the left. Heel moves away from you. Toes move towards the top of your mat. And right arm can be out to the side, or maybe it's helpful to place your right hand on your right hip to help keep it centered and grounded. I happen to have a couch under my right foot, which is actually really helpful to push into that. So if you're in a position where that can happen, maybe that's helpful too. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And then exhale, release. Leg comes back up through center. Switch the strap or switch your support to the inside. And flex your left foot and allow your left leg to cross over your body. Left shoulder moves down towards the earth. We tend to tense up in our twists when they start to feel hard. or like our body can't go that direction. So see where you can soften. If that means bending your leg a bit more, and then send your breath into the spots that you're holding. Take 2 more breaths. And slowly release. Come back up through center. Remove the strap. And set it to the side. And then allow your left leg to come back down with control. Bring both big toes into touch so that your feet come in. And then exhale, release, and let your feet flop out towards us. Take 2 more of those. Inhale, bring your big toes to touch. Then breathe out, let your feet flop open like pages of a book. And 1 more. And let it go. Let's take our arms up over our head for banana pose. And we'll grab our left wrist with our right hand, your torso over to the right. Might feel good to cross your left foot over your right ankle. And as shoulders and hips work down towards the earth, feel a lateral stretch all along the left side of the body. This pose is really great because you have so much control over how intense you want it to be, right? Use your feet to pull at each other. You can pull more deeply in your hands. You can push your hip down into the mat. Feel opening all along the left side. Be here for 4 more breaths. Let your jaw relax. Maybe close your eyes. And release. Come back up through center. Walk everything back here. Stretch and reach. And then we'll switch sides. Left hand grabs right wrist. Right. Torso moves over to the left. And then maybe right foot crosses over left. Tune into what's different on this side. As you inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, allow yourself to sink into the mat. Feel those places of resistance. Can you greet them with softness? I think that's a huge part of seeing things with new eyes, right? Can we approach the things that drive us crazy with softness, with tenderness? One more breath in here. And exhale, release. Back through center, hands above your head. Then go ahead and bring both knees in towards your chest and wrap your hands, elbows around them. We'll work our way up towards seated. So if you want to rock and roll or however you'd like to. It's a long time being on our back. Take it slow as we come up to seated. We'll just be here for a few stretches and then we'll come into tabletop. So let's inhale our arms up above our head and exhale, cat your back and take your hands down and tense. Chin towards the chest, belly button towards. Inhale, rise, slight back bend, and exhale. One more. Inhale up and exhale. Hold here for 1 more breath. And exhale, release. Let's come forward into tabletop. See what cat and cow feel like here, taking just a couple of rounds to get ourselves going. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest, and exhale, curl it under. A couple more rounds. Feeling the length in your stomach muscles. And last. Let's pause here. We're going to do warrior 3 once we're standing. So as we come into bird dog here, extend your right leg back and your left arm forward. Just feel the strength of your core as you lift this back leg and your arm. Inhale, reach and extend. Then exhale with control, elbow to knee. Breathe in, reach and extend. And breathe out, elbow to knee. And in, extend, and exhale out. Let's place our left hand down and then take your right leg out to the side. Right foot is flat on the ground. We're going to do threading the needle from here with our leg out. If there's any discomfort for you with the leg out, you can keep in regular tabletop and do from here. This is a little extra opening on our inner thigh. So right hand plants, inhale your left arm up, and then exhale, left arm comes through, left ear or temple towards the mat. We'll flow this a couple times. Inhale, and exhale, thread. Inhale, open, and exhale, thread. This time we'll hold. So left arm keeps reaching through. Right hand can come out to the side and you can tense your fingers. You can take your right arm up and let it rest on the small of your back. Feel opening in your left shoulder and push down through your right toes. Might also feel good to take your right arm up above your head. Another option. 3 more breaths here. And slowly release. We'll come back to tabletop. And then from here, let's walk our hands back and come to standing on our left knee so that we're in gate pose. And then just turn this direction. So right foot's down. And let's drop our right arm, lift our left. Exhale, come back to center. And tip. And one more, back to center. And then let's tip and hold. So hip shift towards the left. Make sure you're not putting any pressure on your knee. One more breath in. And then exhale, release. Come back down through tabletop. And we'll pause here. Feel the strength of your tabletop as you push down through your hands. Feel length in your arms, length in your spine. And then now let's extend our left leg back and our right arm forward. Inhale, reach and exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach and extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. Last time, elbow to knee. Plant your right hand, extend your left foot out to the side, or thread the needle on this side. Inhale the right arm up, twist, and exhale, bring it. Inhale, and exhale, thread. And last time, inhale up, and exhale, thread, and hold. Right arm pulls through to the left side of the mat. And then your left arm could come up ahead of you, could come up to your low back, might stay right here. Think about rotating into the twist here just a bit. Think about those muscles all along your shoulder blade, your scapula, right? Just allowing them to open. They get so stuck from being at a desk or a computer or even just on our phone. 2 more breaths. And exhale, slowly release, come back here. And then we'll walk our hands in to come to gate pose on this side. Inhale, arms out, parallel. And then exhale, left arm down, right arm up and over. Inhale back to center. And exhale, tip. And inhale back to center, and this time we'll hold. So shift your hips over to the right. Feel the stretch all along the right side. And then exhale, release. Come back to center. Back down into tabletop. We'll pause here. One more thing to do. Let's take our right leg back. And then bend your right knee. And then if you like, you can either stay here or you can reach back for your right foot. Grab the pant leg, you could use the strap. But kick your foot into your hand. Just feel the lift in your chest here. We'll come back to that same kind of lift when we're in warrior 3. Hold for 2 more breaths. And exhale, release, and down. Take a round of cat and cow. It's a lot of opening on the back there. Over to the other side. And then we'll come into child's pose. So now extend your left leg back. Bend the left knee. Reach back for your left foot. Push down to your hand. You can also put a block under your hand. Take 3 breaths here. And back through tabletop. Now take your knees wide and extend your arms forward. Come into child's pose. Invitation for your low back to loosen and relax. Let your hips be heavy towards the ground. Couple more breaths here as we work in towards our standing series. And let's inhale back up through tabletop. And then let's tuck our toes and come into downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet, stretch into your calves. And find some stillness here. Just do a little warm up here. We'll come up onto our toes and roll forward into high plank. Then exhale back into downward dog. Inhale up to toes. Exhale, come forward, high plank. And back. One more time. Inhale up to toes. Come forward, high plank. And exhale back. We're going to bring our right leg through. So if you'd like to take a moment and lift it, stretch into 3-legged dog, and then come forward into a lunge. Just take a minute here to feel it out. If you have some blocks to support you, might feel nice. You can just bend and straighten into the front leg a few times. Warm up hip flexors. 2 rounds of breath to feel around. And then let's bend our back knee just a bit. Find your balance and inhale up into crescent lunge. Let's inhale, straighten our front leg. And then exhale, cactus your arms, bend into the lunge. Inhale, straighten the front leg, arms come up overhead. And exhale, bend into it. And one more, inhale. And exhale, bend. Then from here, move into warrior two. Right knee over right ankle. Find your strength in your warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Arms come up overhead and down. Two more. Really feeling all the muscles that are activating. Settle into warrior two. And then side angle. Right arm, right elbow to right leg. Roll your chest back. Thread the needle helps us to do that a little bit, right? To warm up into the shoulders. And then let's come back through warrior two. We'll straighten our front leg. I want to adjust your stance a little bit for triangle pose here. Hips towards the back. Fingers reach towards the front of your mat. And then bring your right hand down to a block or to your shin. And left arm straight up. Keep pushing down through your feet as you lift up. Sometimes a roundabout way of finding center, right? That we sometimes have to overcompensate on one side, pushing down more than we think so that we can reach up. One more breath in, and then exhale, release. Come back to warrior two. Let's reverse our warrior. Lengthen up. Reverse triangle, feel the counter stretch. And then we'll windmill ourselves down, coming back down to downward facing dog or tabletop, either one. Rest in for a few breaths. Wherever you are, just let your neck relax a bit. And then we'll switch sides. So if you brought your right leg up, now bring your left leg up. And then exhale, bring it to a low lunge. Several rounds of breath to warm up the hip flexors. Flexor on this side. One more round of breath. And then let's come into crescent lunge on this side. Nice firm foundation. Slight bend in your back leg. Inhale, arms up. Then let's straighten our front leg. Check your balance. Feel the legs scissor together. And then exhale, cactus your arms, lunge. Inhale, straighten and lengthen. And exhale, bend. Inhale up. And exhale, bend and hold. Transition to warrior two on the other side. Left knee over left ankle. Arms reaching in opposite directions. And then straighten your front leg. Hands come to touch. And exhale, take your time as you bend into it. Inhale up. And exhale, bend. And inhale up. And exhale, bend and hold. And then side angle on this side. Pull your right shoulder back just a bit. Allow your belly button to move towards the right. One more breath in. Exhale, release. We'll come back through warrior two and prep for triangle on the side. So straighten your front leg, hips towards the back, fingers front, all in one line. And then from here, tip. Push down through your front toes and the knife edge of your back foot. Allow your shoulders to move away from your ears. This head reaches towards the mat. 2 more breaths. And exhale, release. Use the strength of your core. Back through warrior two. Reverse the warrior. Lengthen your front leg. Reverse triangle. And then exhale. Windmill yourself down and come into downward facing dog. I'll feel the sensations on both sides, both hips getting some movement and action. And then on your next exhale, walk or jump up towards the top of your mat. Come into a forward fold here. And take your time. You can grab opposite elbows. Maybe switch the grip on how you normally grab for opposite elbows. Let your head move down towards the earth. Bending your knees as much as you need to let your hips rise. Tailbone reaches up. One more breath. Release, halfway lift. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. And then slight bend in the knees as we come up to stand for the first time. Inhale all the way up. Arms above your head. Exhale, hands in prayer. Stay there. Feel into that strong mountain pose. Place your thumbs against your chest. Can you feel heartbeat? Inhale, arms up above your head. Exhale, slight back bend, cactus your arms, chest forward. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, all the way down. Inhale, all the way up. And exhale, hands to prayer. A little bit of balancing into pyramid and then into warrior three. And to mix things up, we usually start with our right legs. We're going to start with our left leg today. So right leg will be standing. Let's inhale our left leg up into one-legged mountain. That same stability with the strap around our foot when we're laying down. Feel that here as you push your right leg in to the ground. And then from here, we'll take our leg back for pyramid pose. So it's not a gigantic stance. We're going to take our foot back just about 3 feet. Feet are parallel to each other. Let's place our hands on our hips to square them. Right hip back, left hip forward. Take your right arm behind your back. Lift your left arm up. Pull your shoulders down your back. This hand helps us to see that our hips are still in. And as you exhale, reach forward about 25%. So keeping this line, hips move back, heart moves forward. Inhale. Come forward 50%. Your hand by your ear. You may need to bend into your front leg. Back up. Come forward 75%. Engage your core. Reach forward. Back up. This time we'll come down all the way into pyramid pose, whatever that's going to look like for you. Maybe you place blocks on each side of your feet. Maybe your hands are down here. If your hands rest at your low back. In pyramid, our forehead's working towards our knee. So we have this movement of weight and energy back. And our feet are like on train tracks. So there's a heaviness in the back body. And our forehead just ever so slightly moves down and forward and towards our knee. Let's take 3 more breaths here. As we exhale, we're going to come into standing splits. So hands are next to your right foot. We're going to lift our left leg up. Our chest is reaching down towards the ground, head towards the ground. And then transition from here into warrior 3 where our chest is straight. Hands to your waist or airplane arms. Right leg is working. And then from here, we'll release to an extended lunge. Bring our hands down to the earth. Whew. A lot on that leg. We're going to come into lizard here. So right foot moves toe heels out to the side. Hands come on the inside of your right foot. Come onto blocks on your elbows. Make sure that our hips are square. Forward folds and postures like lizard also are about engaging a new perspective, seeing things from a different angle, a different point of view. Literally in lizard, placing ourselves in this other shape, right? To be able to see what it's like from here. So as we think about those places that we mentioned at the start of class of challenge that we'd like to see differently. Maybe this is a spot for reflection. A good place to ask, what's it like to be in that other position? Let's take 4 more breaths here. Last one. As we unwind from here, bring our right leg back into tabletop, and then we'll come into downward. After doing all of those poses on the one side, does this feel different? Is this a different perspective? On your next exhale, walk your feet up towards your hands. Come into a forward fold. And then inhale, halfway lift. Breathe out, fold down. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to prayer. Same posture, different moment. Inhale up. Exhale, cactus your arms, slight back bend. Breathe in, reach tall. Breathe out, fold forward. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out and fold. Inhale, come to stand. And exhale, hands to prayer. Left leg is now our standing leg. Inhale, right leg up. One-legged mountain. Push down through the left foot. Roll your shoulders down. And then exhale, release the right foot back, pyramid pose. Feet on train tracks. If your balance is tricky, you can widen your stance a bit. And then let's place our left hand at the small of our back, right arm lifts. Inhale, reach. Exhale, come forward 25%. Inhale, back up. Exhale, come forward 50%. Maybe a slight bend in the knee starts. Inhale, back up. Come forward 75%. Keeping the hips nice and even. And inhale up. And all the way down. Keep reaching, reaching, reaching forward. Back and begin to round as we get down to the bottom. And place your hands on the ground or on blocks. And then from here, move the weight into your right heel. Shift your hips up and back as if somebody was helping lift them up. As the head moves towards the knee. If you're feeling very secure here and you want to take your hands behind your back, or you could even take them in reverse prayer. And let's take 4 breaths here. And as we transition into standing splits, our weight comes up over our left foot. Let your right foot come up towards the sky. Head down towards the earth. As right leg lifts. Hands either on the blocks or down at the ground, or maybe you want to grab your left ankle. And then this challenging transition from here up to warrior 3. So lifting your chest, arms come to airplane. Begin to straighten your bottom leg. 2 more breaths here. And release to the long lunge. All right. Oh, take a moment here. And then let's transition to lizard. So toe heel, left foot out to the side. Bring your right knee down. Square your hips. And then fold. Lizard on the left. Be really attentive to your neck here, not to kink it and try to look up. Lizards don't really do that. They just get to see out in front of them. If we get ourselves certainly into a painful neck situation when we try to look where we really, from a posture where we really can't see. It's a good reminder that if we want to see something else, we need to change our point of view. We need to change the shape of our body. Two more breaths here. And slowly release. Walk yourself up. Bring your left leg back. Let's come into our last down dog. See if it feels different. And exhale. Release. Come down to your knees. We'll come through seated. Let's take a quick stretch here to bring your shoulder blades together and lift your chin before we come down on our backs. And then go ahead and work your way back down where we started. Both feet on the ground. Take a couple of windshield wipers here. And then come back to center. Feet underneath your knees to support you for bridge. And so the extended exhale that we did at the start of class, we'll do that with dynamic bridge pose. Lengthening our exhale and the amount of time that it takes to bring our hands and our hips back to the mat. So we'll begin with an even count of 4. Breathe in for 4, arms come up over your head, hips towards the sky. And then exhale for 4, bring it down. Breathe in for 4. This time, take a count of 5 to come back down. Breathe in for 4. Take 6. In for 4. Take 7. And last one, in for 4. And take 8. Once you bring your hips down, allow them to settle back on the mat. If there's any other posture that's calling your name, maybe knees in towards your chest, or a happy baby. Go where your body needs you. Listen to what your body needs. Is asking. And then when you're ready, work your way towards your final resting pose. Maybe there's something new about it today. You use a block when you don't normally. Maybe you rest your hands on your belly when you normally rest them down by your sides. Whatever it might be. And maybe you just allow yourself to make an adjustment. We can put a lot of pressure on ourselves to see everything else differently. So maybe for these last few minutes of class, we can spend them with compassion towards ourselves, a softness and a gentleness. If we want to have softness and gentleness towards the world, we're going to begin that here. So rest in the beauty and the goodness that is you. And let your breath do the work of And as you bring your awareness back, bring it back through your breath first. Tune into your breath. There's always enough. So let's wake today with a sense of that abundance. When we feel the tightening or the frustration, we can return to our breath as the space that there is enough. You don't need to fear. Bring some gentle movement back to your body as your breath moves into your feet and your hands. Low back. And then when you're ready, come onto one side. And pausing one last time. Giving yourself space to set an intention for the week ahead. Asking for what you need. Connecting with it, being honest about it. And then when you're ready, come on up to seated. We'll take a closing breath together, holding each other's intention. Inhale up and exhale. Wishing you a good week of peace and new perspective and abundance. Thanks, everybody. Hope you all have a wonderful week. Thanks for joining.